Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Lifetime movies.
I'm Patrick Serrano, and I am a Lifetime movie expert.
I'm Dan, and I despise Lifetime movies, and this is the
Deck the
Hallmark
Hallmark
podcast.
Deck
the Hallmark, it's
lost
this
there a little
podcast.
You said all the right words,
I
just
know.
slower.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Deck the Hallmark meets Deck the Lifetime Uncorked Big Fun Times.
The Deck the Lifetime Uncorked podcast.
That's all we're
call
trying
it
to
here,
say.
the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Yes.
That's right.
Right. That just makes sense.
Yeah.
You think we would really have it nailed down by this
We
point?
just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have the Lifetime movie expert on every month, Patrick Serrano, and we still have trouble with the title. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll get there. Patrick, hello. Welcome to the show.
I'm here. I'm ready. Lifetime is finally getting into the thick of it. We're getting to the good stuff now.
What does that mean?
The good stuff.
Like, what's changed?
Well, I think you know how they used to have May sweeps.
Yes.
Yeah. November,
So this is
May, February,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Exactly. This is Lifetime's time to shine. May.
Is it?
Mother's Day.
What is
Because
it? So what you're saying is you haven't been impressed so far this year.
The whole year, and we're already in month 5. I mean,
Yeah, it's been the same for Hallmark, though, Patrick. The Hallmark movies.
a bad year.
has
I think
been-
it's
have been
maybe strike
terrible.
related or something.
Just real bad. So, you know.
Could be, and I don't know. But yeah, been very run of the mill, nothing memorable. But the movie today is one. For
Don't
the
give it
memory.
away yet. We're
We're not saying anything. We're just saying it's
Doesn't-
memorable.
doesn't
one
say-
for the books.
It's memorable. It could be memorable good. It could be memorable bad.
I also had to hear Bran like 3 times go, this movie. So
Crazy.
take that for what it's worth.
Now, Patrick, we were at one point we were going to cover. There's a Melissa Joan Hart movie that's coming out, and then schedule-wise, it made more sense to do the movie that we're doing today, which is Mommy Meanest. And you said to me, "That's great. We get to talk about Lisa Rinna." And I don't.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what you mean when you say that. And then you said, "I will educate you." And so, what is there to know about Lisa Rinna?
Well, I was surprised. I was like, this is her first Lifetime movie in 20 years. The Queen has returned, and you were like, "What are you talking about?"
So
20 years.
I don't know who Lisa Rinna is either. She's not been on a Lifetime movie in 20 years. Is she like the original Lifetime Queen?
She's one of the originals. Yes, she was originally on Days of Our Lives, kind of Days of Our Lives, Melrose Place, that kind of thing. Think like a Tiffany Amber Thiessen without the Saved by the Bell success, right?
Okay. Tiffany Amber Thiessen without the success of the show that made her famous. Got it. Good.
Yes, exactly. So
Yep.
Lisa Rinna, she famously married Harry Hamlin.
Styles? Harry
Is that-
Hamlin, yeah, from LA Law. Yeah.
Yeah. So they met on a show or a movie and fell in love and got married, and she is just a little pixie cut. Back in the day, she had a little pixie cut. She's cute, and she was always in the Lifetime movies, being like a sexy lady. Yeah. So I was like, it seems like the perfect place for her to do her movies, and she stopped acting completely to do
wow.
Bravo Housewives. She was on Housewives.
Was she one of the contestants or she hosted?
She was one of the
She was one of the
housewives.
housewives.
Okay. Is that
So
that's not a
I
reality?
think-
That's not a game show?
No,
Good
it's
talk,
it's
everybody.
Beverly. It's
I'll be in the old folks' home. You can
the
mail
Beverly.
me
I think
the TV
Beverly
guide
Hills.
if you'd like.
with
I'll add you to my
Vanderpump,
MySpace. It'll be awesome.
Lisa Vanderpump, Kathy Hilton. The
Vanderpump rules.
Now I know.
Dude.
I know how the Housewives and the point of
Yes,
the show and
of
stuff.
course.
But for Dan, what is it? Like,
How
what
do you win? How do you win?
I
in
don't.
Housewives?
Well, I don't. You don't do that, Dan. Everyone knows that.
Okay.
Is it just women, just hanging out,
right,
being catty?
famously adjacent catty women getting into the drama with
They're not
each
famous
other.
adjacent. They're famously adjacent. They're
Yeah.
famous for being beside.
Yeah, they're definitely a tear down rich celebrity of yesteryear. And Lisa
The
Lisa
reason.
Rinna.
Sorry, go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say Lisa Rinna was a villain on that show. She was not someone people were rooting for. They didn't like her on the show because she got in a fight with Kathy Hilton, and you don't mess with Kathy Hilton. We all know that.
So when the Housewives tribe votes at the end, they vote one housewife off or two?
I think they all
when
stay.
When do we call in?
I think they all stay on.
When do we call and vote for the Housewives?
I think everyone stays on.
But basically, Lisa Rinna was tired of being a housewife and having to deal with all that stuff. She's like, I'm an actress by trade. I'm going back to act. And I'm producing this movie on Lifetime, and I'm going to star in it. And here we are.
Amazing. I love that. I did think that the Housewives, for some reason, were all like women who like married into wealth, and so they just kind of like hang out and talk trash about their husbands and whatnot. Like, but Lisa seems like she had a full career, like a full acting career that could make her famous. Like, why did she need that show?
Oh, to keep your celebrity alive.
So
she
didn't think that she could have a good enough acting career, so she chose to do the Housewives.
She
show.
kind of had like fallen out. She had done some like hosting and stuff, and she wasn't getting roles, and then she did the Housewives.
But maybe it's
a lot of housewives. A lot of housewives do that. Like there's Candy from Atlanta. She was a song producer, songwriter, but needed to do something else. So it's like me when this podcast is like run its course, then I'm going to go on Gay Housewives of Palm Springs or something.
Gay Housewives
with Alonzo.
of Palm Springs. We're trying to make
me and Alonzo.
I would 100% watch a show with you and Alonzo. Just taking
Serrano with Alonzo.
Yeah, would watch it. Would love it.
Man,
yeah,
a Patrick Serrano reality show of any kind probably going to be pretty great. In all honesty,
I'll tell you what, I'm going to flip the table. So
yeah, literally and figuratively. Let's dive into Mommy Meanest, starring, of course, Lisa Rinna, which we all knew.
Rinna, famously adjacent.
What do we need to know before we dive into this movie?
Okay, the movie stars Lisa Rinna, which we said, Brianna Skye and Bradley Stryker.
Okay, Bradley Stryker.
Yeah.
Stryker. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, I added an L in there somewhere.
Sometimes you do.
All right,
right by K in the alphabet.
Also,
easy to do.
We'll talk about this a little bit later, but just so Dan is aware, this is based on a true story. This is based on a true crime. So we will talk about the true crime of it all later. But just have that in your mind as we're talking.
And now, this is not
really
one of those based ons where you Google it afterwards and it's like loosely based. It's hard to pin down when it actually happened.
Is this pretty close?
This is the story. I mean, they're filling in some gaps that we're not privy to, but this is the story. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. There's a real person who is in jail for these crimes.
It's like if I want to say like last year we did that Melissa Joan Hart movie where she was the hoarder and it said it was based on a true story, and then you looked it up and it was like, yeah, it was just based on the fact that hoarders exist. This isn't one of those.
Right.
This is the story.
Got it.
Yeah. Maybe one of the first true crime ones we've done, because I usually try to stay away from them, but this one was just I couldn't stay away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we see in the beginning Lisa Rinna, whose character I did not write down. Lisa Rinna is fighting with her husband. She has a wig on because it's a Lifetime movie. She doesn't have the pixie cut. She has a like brown like moppy wig, and her little daughter walks into the parents fighting, and she's like, "Hey, you guys!" I'm trying to do a cute kid. "Hey, you guys, stop fighting!" You
should coach kid actors, like Jax does.
Yes.
Oh
my God!
And
she's so good at that.
She's specifically concerned with how dad's talking to mom. So we immediately, the audience begins to feel obviously for the mom. Clearly is in some sort of abusive relationship.
Mommy's going to be the meanest.
But you want to know why what it didn't take me long, Patrick, to forget that was the title of this movie, because Lisa Rinna is so darn likable, and you can't imagine that she's going to end up being the meanest. But yeah, so there's clearly something going on, and this little girl's like, "No, stay away from my mom." And then they do.
You guys both watched the same movie,
and then thank you. And then they do their secret handshake, which Patrick, you and I will do, and say the code. Are you ready?
Okay,
Together forever, no matter whatever.
No matter whatever.
And they hug.
And then they hug.
And they do that a lot
It's
throughout this
cute.
movie, a few more times.
Together forever.
Yeah.
No
Together
matter whatever.
forever, no matter whatever.
Together forever. No matter
And
what.
let me tell you,
What?
yes, Shakira. Shakira is here.
Shakira.
Jax was probably on set for this because I don't know how that kid said that tongue twister so easily.
Yeah.
But that kid got that line down.
Jacqueline
crushed
Collier, kids acting coach to the stars. And we
right.
said it here first.
Together
but it
forever,
should be
no
said
matter
often.
whatever.
That's right. Together.
There you go. We flash to current day. We see Mia is the teenager, and Lisa Rinna has got a lip flip going on.
A what?
And a lip flip.
What is that?
It's
Do you know what a lip flip
plastic
is?
surgery.
I can deduce what it means just because I saw her. I
Yes.
met her. Her lips are giants in this movie.
So when you get a little
Right.
work done in your lips and it's just a little too much, it's called a lip flip?
Well, they flip the lip up so then the bottom part of your lip is more out, so your lips look fuller.
I got you. Okay. I didn't know
Yes.
that's how
But
that
she's always had big lips.
Okay.
Like that's kind of like her
lips
trade,
don't lie.
trade. She's like
Back to Shakira once again.
yeah. She's a little like fish faced, you know.
She's a little
I mean,
fish
that sounds
faced.
mean.
No, but in a
She's
good
a
way.
famously adjacent fish-faced actor. We love you, Lisa. Come on the show, please.
Lisa looks great in this movie.
She looks great.
looks
She
great.
looks great. You know, it's just a very specific thing that she's going for.
Fish
Okay.
face.
Yes. And we learned that Mia, the teenager, was bullied for being poor freshman year of school. And Mia overcame that with the help of her mother. And the bullies were so mean. They used to throw pennies at her. And
Like individual pennies or like rolls of pennies?
yeah. I'm like, where do they get the pennies
Yeah,
from?
It's
this is
so
like-
mean. Now you might be wondering, like, is
She's
she
not-
actually poor? No, she's not. But compared to all, like, she goes to a private school, so compared to all of those kids, they would consider her poor. But
Okay.
their house that
Right.
they live in would lead me to believe that they're not actually poor.
No, they're doing
They're doing
fine.
just fine.
And Mia takes this bullying and turns it into a silver lining. She takes those pennies and donates them to a charity for animals.
No.
And you know, it's raised like so much money for animal sanctuaries and stuff. And she does a whole speech to the school about turning bullying around and blah blah blah. And her mom's there. Her mom works for the school. She's a music teacher.
That's how she's able to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I was able to go to private
And
school.
Yeah, you were
There-
poor.
well, there
Here's
you
a
go.
penny.
Yeah. I got pennies thrown at me and then my mom taught at the school.
Oh,
Yes.
so
yes.
so you can relate to this.
Yeah,
You
sure.
can
It
relate
was
to this.
very specific. Yeah.
But Mia is like, you know, off to college. She's like moved on. Like the bullying is in the past. She has a friend who is definitely into her named Elliot, and another guy named Josh, who's like the MVP, like the big man on campus. And he wants to go to the same school as Mia.
That's right.
So Josh and Mia are like having a little love connection that they are going to go to the East Coast for college.
And
everyone knows
maybe
that's their-
Elliot's
but they're
getting a
still
little jealous.
Maybe even.
You know, it's always been the two of us, and now you're starting to hang out with
Josh.
who is part of the popular crew, the Jet Set, as he calls
The
them.
jet set. Wow.
Yeah, the jet setters, and Mia like goes and hangs out with them after school. Like she really is like suddenly popular, and Elliot is really having a hard time with that. Right.
Rightfully so.
So
Yeah. Jet set.
next we meet Lisa Rinna's ex-husband, and he's still estranged from the daughter. From I guess the fighting from before, like she like basically told the daughter like he's the worst, don't be around him. So the daughter hates the father.
Calls
not a
him
good
Eric and not
scenario.
Dad.
Oh.
You know, one of those numbers.
Oh yeah,
tough.
that whole thing. And he is like loving that Mia is going off to college because he's like, Lisa Rinna, you're gonna be an empty nester soon, and you're gonna know how it feels like how I had to feel growing like with this daughter, like not being around.
Yeah.
So
Showed you.
know, you're gonna get what you
You're
deserve.
going to get what you deserve, mommy meanest.
Yeah.
Yes, and Lisa Rinna's dating a couple other people in the school.
She's
I don't
dating
really
a
know.
couple of other people.
She's
in the
dating one other person.
Like a teacher or
Yeah.
something, but it doesn't really matter to the plot. I just wanted to let you know she has an on again, off again thing with another
Okay.
teacher.
All right.
What happens
Cool.
here is she has this thing with
school.
this guy.
I'm not judging.
But then also Eric is kind of around throughout this movie, and you kind of wonder is she gonna end up like back together with Eric, this boyfriend, all this other good stuff.
Yeah. And there is a B plot, which I will just talk about right here because it's only a D plot that Dan would love. The music teacher, Lisa Rinna, and the students are singing old-timey songs, like songs from the 1912s, like Yankee
The
Doodle.
1912 was a big year, and it was Yankee Doodle was after 1912, but 1912 huge year.
It's just
for
like a lot of
songs.
doing nothing, then doing
It's
the
like
stuff.
the songs you'd hear in silent movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yes, and the students are like, "Oh my god, this stuff is the worst. Can we sing something contemporary?" And Lisa Rinna's like, "Do you have copyright royalties to play these songs? Do you?" And there's a whole B plot about the copyright and everything, and they eventually do get to perform a contemporary song at the recital. But who knows what it was, because it wasn't a song that I knew.
Yeah, I didn't know the song either, but I will say, choir not bad for how small they are.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And Lisa Rinna pretending to play a piano, I could watch that forever.
So does this come back?
Lisa Rinna playing piano.
Totally.
Yeah.
It doesn't come back. It doesn't
At
come
all.
back. That's why I wanted to get it out of
Wow.
the way now. So because it was just like a little side road, But we're getting back on the main highway here.
All right.
Getting back on that main
That's
highway.
right.
I think before we get back on that main highway, we should take a quick break. How
Yeah,
about
that's
that?
a good. We're already off the.
We're
off the
already
main
off,
road.
so
We
might
may
as
take our
well-
break now.
You're right.
So we
I
don't
like
have to do
that
it
idea.
again. Yeah,
Here
I like
on
that plan.
Take the Hallmark.
Take the Hallmark.
Lifetime
Uncorked.
Uncorked. I don't trust Harry Hamlin as far as I can throw him.
Really.
No. I don't try like people when
No.
they have this.
Harry Hamlin was, I think, briefly on Veronica Mars. as
Really?
well. Yeah.
I don't like when there's a H and the A. Like I don't like the
It's a double H?
Yeah, I don't like it.
That
Or
bothers
it
me.
just in general.
In general, anyone's name that's alliterative,
Yeah.
you're out on.
Leon Lightfoot.
So all of Marvel's superheroes, Bruce Banner, Peter Parker, all of
Yeah,
them,
I don't trust them.
You don't trust them.
They're clearly hiding something.
Yeah, there's secret superhero identities
That's right.
that they're hiding.
That's exactly right. You
Yeah.
made my point.
I didn't know who Harry Hamlin was till
Yeah.
he was on Arrested Development, and then as soon as he was on Arrested Development, now I know about him in
Well,
general.
there you go.
Yeah, so there you go. That's how I know it.
Yeah. It all comes back to Lisa Rinna.
Of course.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
Sure
yeah.
does.
saying? That's
So we were about to get
The
back on the
6
main
degrees of
highway.
Kevin Bacon.
We're about to get back on the main highway
yeah,
from the side
So-
plot of the singing to 1912's hits.
right. So Mia comes back from hanging out with all the cool kids, and she has a nasty voicemail from Elliot that's like, I guess saying that she's hanging out with these kids or whatever. And she's also getting threatening text messages, and we get a threatening text message count on the
Yeah.
screen that's like threatening text messages 1.
Oh wow!
And then later it's threatening text messages 212 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
12 is getting a lot of play,
And
on
it's
this
a lot
episode.
of like.
I know.
We get to see some of the text messages, and it's like, "Hey, you're poor. Hey, why
I'm
don't
gonna
you
throw
go?
a penny at you later.
Why
You
don't Why don't you go
Oh.
hang out with your animals? Like stuff like that."
No, you're downplaying them. I wrote down my favorites,
go ahead.
and
Oh,
I
please.
brought them,
Hit
and
me.
I'm ready. The best mean texts of this movie include, "I remember when you were ugly. Spoiler alert, you still are."
Got him. I tell that to Brand every morning.
He does. It doesn't feel good.
Candidate for dog of the year.
Candidate for Dog of the Year.
Yeah.
What stings about that one is there's still
Is
a
that
chance she might
doesn't
not win.
Win it. That's right.
She might
Might
not
not
win
win.
it.
Want to know why everyone hates you? Look in the mirror.
Oh my gosh.
I know. They're so good.
Brutal.
I wrote them all down. I texted all my friends that night. I was like, ha ha ha.
Got him.
Yeah. He sent it to me
Got
out of the
him.
blue before I had seen the movie, and it really hurt.
Yeah,
It stung.
like out of context. So Mia is a professional, like we all are with bullies and trolls. Like you block and ignore. We all know that. Just block and
Yeah.
ignore. She's like, I'm not going to let it ruin my
That's
life.
right.
But Lisa Rinna's concerned. She's like, that does make me concerned. Remember when you got bullied when you were younger, and this just seems like it's happening again. Maybe we should stay home from school and watch Gilmore Girls all day.
I mean, gosh.
They talk about Gilmore Girls a lot in this movie, and
yeah. Oh yeah.
But who
the name drop of Gilmore Girls really
who
took
would
me
say,
off.
I mean, I've
guard.
never seen Gilmore Girls, but who would say no to you're about to go to school? Hey, instead of going to school, what about we just stay home and watch TV all day?
Yeah.
Like that's a move by a parent that's going to be the meanest? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's right.
You ever let your kids do that? Just stay home
Exactly.
today?
Well,
No, not once they become like more like fun.
Yeah. Well, my kids always try to now.
Yeah.
They're always like, oh, I think my kid will regularly once a week he'll cough once and go, Dad, I think I need to stay home from school.
I will say, like, we are currently lucky enough to be able to take Fridays off, and I think
Right.
once they get a little bit older, that could be a thing.
I've already decided 8 is the age where I'm going to start occasionally getting my kids out of school early to take them to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
That is like my one thing as a parent. You have related arts in the
Okay.
afternoon. I'm going to pick you up at 1. School gets out at 2:15. We've got an appointment, and then we're going to the movies. And I think that is something that my parents did. My dad did one time ever.
Stuck with you.
And it stuck with me as like one of my favorite memories.
I love that.
Cool Runnings, by the way, if you
Cool.
were asking.
Yo, your one time was Cool Runnings?
Exactly. Yeah.
Man.
That's a
Kiss
good
my
one.
lucky egg, man.
That's
Yeah.
right, absolutely.
Okay, so you're right. Lisa Rinna's the best, and she's a great mom. But Mia doesn't want to stay home with her mom. She wants to go to get ice cream with Josh.
Yeah.
She's got boys on the
Jet
brain,
set,
Yeah.
baby.
and as she is getting ice cream with him and talking, and they're like having like a nice little talk about college, someone is taking pictures of them from outside the window, and they
Uh-oh.
kiss. They kiss, and the photographer gets it on camera. So you bet that's going to come back to be bullying,
Oh,
right?
Messed
for
up,
sure.
man. It's messed up.
Throughout the whole movie, this girl is getting text. Every scene, she's getting text and ignoring it, and you see it pop up on the screen, and it's like bullying messages, and she's like ignoring it. We cut to Lisa Rinna, in her closet.
Yeah.
Okay, she's in her closet. She's got her glasses on. She's looking at her phone, right? And you're like, what is she doing? And then she pulls out another phone.
That's right.
And she pulls out a laptop, and she's scheduling all these messages. She's the bully. She's the one sending out
What?
the mean
That's right.
messages to her
That's
mom.
right.
Oh my
To her daughter.
gosh. She's bullying
She's
her
bullying
daughter?
her daughter.
Yes, she's bullying her daughter.
Just
And-
the scaffolding to have all of those different people. And I guess Mia just thinks she doesn't know these people.
They're from numbers that she doesn't, or like unknown numbers or
Anonymous.
whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
So what
gosh.
Lisa has is some sort of program that can send for multiple different numbers. She can schedule out when it's going. So like she can be with her daughter, and like the text will come in, and she's like, "What's that?" And
Man,
it's like,
can we kill this woman?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, and she has like a ton of burner phones too, all in this closet, a red carpet closet, by the way, which I think I'm gonna have to do because it makes a lot of sense to have a red carpet in your closet because when you're getting dressed to go on the red carpet, you'll know what it looks like. on
Oh
the red
yeah,
carpet,
that's
right?
good for all the red carpets. It's true. We actually, this is true, Patrick. We have a red carpet in our studio in the hallway.
Yeah.
So we walk the red carpet
Oh.
every day here. We fancy. That's what we do.
Well, okay. It's how you just check
That's
your
right.
outfit. But now they do like the champagne carpet, or they try to
Yeah.
do like fancy.
We
I'm
try,
like, keep it
we're
red.
always trying to change things.
We're doing
Like, why are we
Bramble
trying to
Fest. We're
fix
doing the
stuff?
puke yellow carpet.
doing puke
correct?
yellow
Yes, that's
carpet,
right,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, but okay. So cat's out of the bag. We know that Lisa Rinna is mommy meanest.
Didn't
She
see it
is
coming.
the bully.
Didn't see it coming, and I was wondering how she was going
And
to be
you
the
want to know
meanest.
what is crazy
Unbelievable.
about this is they held that bit of information for a good bit of the movie. Like I want to say we're like maybe
Yeah.
30 minutes
Wow.
in before we find out.
Yep. Totally. It's at least two commercial
I-
breaks before you
I
realize.
forgot
what's going
the
on.
title of the movie.
How impressive is it to ever watch a movie like this and there be a twist that makes you
Yeah.
gasp? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, it did it.
Very true. So, to take the spotlight off of Mia, for a moment, Lisa Rinna is not dumb about this. She's also texting Mia's friends. She's also texting herself.
That's right.
Bullying
Like,
messages.
oh my gosh, they got me
So-
too. Can you believe it? Like they've sent me a text message.
I'm sorry. Is the reason for this is she wants to keep her daughter close? And
Yeah. Her,
Okay.
because remember what her ex said, like,
Yes.
you're about to be an empty
That's
nester.
right. So she-
And that kind of hit
Wow.
her, and it stuck with her, and she said, no, like, if I can make her feel so bad, then she'll need me. She'll need
That
to stay
is
home.
just deranged.
Well, and then the like asked to hang out, like whenever Mia is like, oh my gosh, I got another message, I'm so upset, and Lisa Rinna's like, do you want to get sushi? Do you want to get sushi together and like go like talk about it? She's like trying to be like the friend mom, like the cool mom who's gonna
That should be the dead giveaway, though. The daughter's like, at some point, every time I get bullied, my mom's letting me, like, she's letting me stay home from school. We're going to get sushi. Like, it seems like there's a big reward in it for me every time.
Right.
That seems a little weird.
It doesn't seem great, no, but she doesn't pick up. Like, there's a few things that, I try to put myself in this daughter's shoes because there's a few other things that happen that make you go, it's clearly your mom. And, like, I just think that's like the last, you would never think that is my mom bullying me. So even when like something like that happens where you're like, oh, I got bullied, and she's like, let's get sushi, you wouldn't immediately go, oh, she seems a little too excited about this. She must be the person.
That's true. That's true. Fair. It is the ultimate twist. It really is.
The most egregious of these the things you should have known, Mia. Everyone gets the picture of Mia and Josh kissing at school, so everyone gets that like in their texts. And what's her name? Lisa Rinna is like, we got to go get you a new phone. So this is like gone to another level. This is inappropriate. So she goes to the phone store. She's like, let's get sushi. Go to Cricket. Get you a burner phone. It's gonna be great. They go to the phone store. And they're like checking out. The salesman, as Lisa Rinna is leaving, he's like, "Hey, let me know if you need any more burner phones. Since you were here last time buying all those burner phones, see you next time." Burner phone, mom.
And Lisa just looks at her daughter and goes, "That was weird, right?" And they walk out.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a red flag.
Here's one more red flag. Here's one more red flag for you.
I loved it.
Here's one more red flag for you. She gets a bullying text from her mom's number.
Okay.
And so she goes and she brings it to her mom and she's like, "Mom, look, they must have taken your number." She's like so like adamant, like this definitely can't be you.
What?
And so
Is
they're
this
like,
after the burner phone thing or before?
I want to say it's right before.
It's like it's around.
Yeah,
you got to put two and two together there,
but
Mia.
Like that's tough. They clearly like took your number.
Yeah.
That must have been what it is.
Clearly, couldn't be anything else.
And she's like, yeah. What's great is she shows it to her mom, and her mom's like, well, it couldn't have been me.
That is wild.
Fair enough. Couldn't like if your mom says it couldn't have been me.
That's all we need to hear right there.
Couldn't have been me.
Couldn't have been
your
me.
mom.
Yes. So the principal of the school is like sits Lisa Rinna down with her daughter. He's like, this is getting out of hand. Like it's affecting like other students, and Mia's missing classes and all this stuff. Lisa Rinna, excuses her daughter and then talks to the principal. She's like, how you were going to write a letter of recommendation for her to go to college? I think it would be better if she stayed and went to community college for a year. So don't write the letter. Let's keep her close to home because things are getting bad.
This is making me irrationally angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never cared. I love you guys and I love talking about this. I've never cared. Knowing this is true, I've never cared like I care right now at how mad I am at this situation. I hate it.
Well, there you go. Well, right. It's inexcusable. Even the rationale that we told you, like, just doesn't connect. It doesn't connect. So Lisa Rinna is also throwing out suggestions of who could be the texter, and she says it's got to be Elliot, right? He was mad that you were hanging out with Josh. Like he's like in love with you, blah, blah, blah.
And
But-
she also includes in one of the texts the phrase jet set or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, no one else knows that phrase aside from him. And I guess she must have obviously told her mom, like, hey, we call all the popular kids jet setters. And so like she's using phrases that she's heard and like also like looking in her daughter's journal and getting bits and pieces of stuff that she can include that only Elliot would know. And so clearly it's got to be Elliot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So now she's framing Elliot, but Elliot's like, it can't be me because I got a text message talking about my birthmark, which is the size of Oregon, the state. Very specific.
So Elliot is like, yeah, maybe it's you. Like maybe you're doing all this to get people attention because no one else knows about my Oregon size
of Oregon birthmark.
Aside from you, it's me, and that's it. I've told you, my best friend, about my birthmark.
And Mia's like, I only read about that in my journal because it was so funny. I had to write it down somewhere or draw a picture of Oregon to make sure I could know what your birthmark looked like.
This is wild.
And like my journal is in my room. She goes to her room. It's not there. Guess where it is? Lisa Rinna planted it in Elliot's locker, and he is suspended.
Oh boy. I think you need a moment, Dan. I think you need a moment. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back.
I need a moment.
We'll hear how all this wraps up here on Deck the Hallmark. Deck the Uncorked.
Work it right
up. Welcome back. Talking about Mommy Meanest. Mommy is indeed the meanest. Elliot has been framed. Elliot has been kicked out of school. Let's find out what happens next.
So there's a detective that comes into play here. The detective is kind of schlubby, you know? Like not like the detective just wasn't like on top of things really to me.
Schlubby.
You didn't believe her as a detective?
I just felt like this detective could have been more professional, and Lisa Rinna is coming in all hot and like, my daughter is being bullied, and the detective is like, yeah, my hair is down. I'm just hanging out. I'm in jeans. I got a button up on. I'm chilling. She didn't seem to care. Lisa Rinna, she does tell Lisa Rinna that if you're gonna report one text message, like you need to report the ones that you received as well. Like there's like you're not reporting everything that's going on. So the detective starts to have some doubts about Lisa Rinna from the get-go from that. Let's see. So the principal tells Mia that he's not going to write the letter. This sends her spiraling. She's really, really upset because she had her heart set on East Coast College. And she goes home alone. Lisa runs with one of her boyfriends. Who knows who?
One of them.
There's no way to
one of them.
No way to know.
No way to know. So many boyfriends. And she finds she goes in the closet with the red carpet and she finds burner phones, just pulling out phone after phone after phone. After
there was
phone
some
after
beeping
phone.
sounds, so she followed the beeping sounds.
Yeah. She opens up the laptop, and there on the laptop is all of the scheduled text messages that are going to be sent to her.
Here it comes.
And also another thing she finds
all laid out
is the what's it called? Restraining order that her mom told her that she got on Dad. Turns out Dad actually got it on her.
Reverse it. Yeah.
So Mom's been lying this whole time about, what actually happened and
their relationship.
I don't really know
everything.
why he let her keep
doing that. Yeah,
Mia,
it seems like he would be able to stop that pretty quickly.
Like if I'm getting a restraining order of someone, I'm also taking my child. So I'm not really sure why she got to keep her, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes the courts are paternal rights are like sometimes not always. It depends on, if Lisa Rinna can pull this off. I'm sure she could have convinced a court that she's capable of raising her daughter. So Mia puts everything together that her mother's bullying her. She rushes to Elliot's house and he opens the door and he's like, unless you're going to tell me that you were wrong about everything, I don't want to hear it. And he like goes to slam the door in her face and she's like, I was wrong about everything. It's my mom. And he's like, hold on, dog. Like what? Like your mom?
Hold on, dog.
Yeah, with a W.
Yeah. Hold on, dog. I love it. It's great.
That's just Elliot,
So
though.
to
Like,
get
that's how he
Classic
talks.
Elliot. Yeah.
That's how he is. To get revenge and catch her mother, Elliot calls Lisa around and he's like, I was talking to Mia and it sounds like she's like not doing well, like self-harm, ideation, like it's looking bad. It's looking bad.
Now, really
Lisa
quickly,
Rinna
there was this had happened before. Like when she was bullied back then, there was a self-harm situation.
Okay.
So there is that in her past.
Look out.
So they use that information to get back at her mom, which is a bold move.
It's a move.
Yeah, because Lisa Rinna runs home. She sees blood all over the bathroom. The shower's running, and she goes to open the curtain. She's like, "Oh my gosh, what am I going to see?" And on the curtain, it says in blood, "I know who you are, cyber bully mother."
It says all of that?
Yeah, it does say all
I
that.
know who you are, cyber bully mother?
It says all of that. Yeah.
It was a big
I
shower.
feel like
It was a big
I
shower.
know who you are is plenty, right?
I wish it would have
What
just
else
said.
could it-
I wish it would have said "Mommy Meanest."
You think Lisa Rinna went in and was like, I know who
Yes.
you are. Maybe she does. Oh, it does say, it says
does say
cyber bully
cyber mother.
mother, so I do know exactly.
Oh
yes.
yeah, that's me. That's me.
You think they started with like, "I know who you are," and it was like, that's not enough. It could like a cyber bully. Well, what if they just let's just put
So
mother
just-
on there,
just
just,
cyberbully
so there's
mom,
no
mother.
no one can question
That's right.
this.
This is it.
Very clear. So of course Lisa Rinna starts like destroying all her evidence and everything, and Mia walks in. She's like, "What are you doing? Like, what's going on?" And Lisa Rinna's like, "Oh, I didn't want you to abandon me. Like, it's not fair because you were like, I put everything into you all this time, and you're just gonna leave me."
What's so
And-
crazy about all of this is
Everything.
Is
Everything is what's
how-
so crazy about all this.
how she just doesn't feel bad at all. Like she genuinely thinks
No.
that what she did was okay. Like she can't see that it was
Justifiable.
wrong. Yeah. Like I didn't want you to leave me.
I mean, people who are that crazy probably
Yeah.
have justified it. It's like the person that is so deep in a lie they don't know it's a lie. Like
Right.
that is
She's definitely there. Yeah.
holy moly.
Oh yeah, and well, because she's like, "Remember when I saved you from the bullying before? I did that for you.
Oh.
You're being ungrateful." And Mia's like, "It's called parenting, is what you were
Full
doing."
gaslight
So-
situation.
So she's basically they're talking, and for some reason, we hear the voice. Okay, that's enough. We got it. And
She's recording it.
Mia had it on voicemail. I'm sorry, on speakerphone with the detective.
Speakerphone.
The
Classic.
detective. We could have gotten more information, but she just goes, "That's okay. We got it.
We got it.
That's
We don't
good."
need any more.
And she comes in, and they arrest her, and she's like, "You can't do this to me. I'm your mom," and all that good stuff.
But you
Yeah.
you totally can.
Totally can.
This,
Well, and we do get some Oregon state law that says, you can't record peer to peer without knowing that you're being recorded, but you can leave your phone on speakerphone and have someone else hear it
That's
by
right.
accident.
interesting.
So if you're ever
Interesting.
looking to entrap someone,
What a loophole.
in the state of Oregon, there's a loophole.
Well, what's also funny is Lisa says that. She's like, "You can't record me without my permission." And then the detective's like, "Yes, we can. But also,
Here's why.
this is what we did." It's like
If
the
those
way
of
they
you
said it was very,
jokers that are going to look this up.
I don't
this
actually
is
know what the law is. Because she's like, "No, you can. But we didn't.
What
we
year
did do
this
instead."
really happen in?
I don't know.
So we will get to the
Okay.
real story
Great.
now. So that wraps up the movie. And before we put a cork in
Oh,
it
really
and all that
quickly, she
stuff.
does get off
Oh.
on bail. Her one of her boyfriends pays
off on bail?
I don't know, man. What do you say? Paid the money.
She gets out.
She got off on bail, and she comes home, and she walks in, and Mia's like, "You're gonna have to do this without me."
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, I still want you to be my daughter." Blah blah blah. And she's like, "I'm leaving." And Mia and Lisa's like, "Well, why don't you come home later and we can watch Gilmore Girls together?"
Oh my gosh.
And she says, "Text me." Shuts the door.
classic.
And
What
then
an
it's just
ending.
Lisa staring at her giant empty house. But she's poor, but it's a huge
Poor, it's a
house.
giant empty poorhouse.
Yeah.
Yes. Got it.
And that's the movie. Yeah.
All right, let me hear the real
Yes.
deal. Let me hear the real story.
All right. So the real story. There's a video playing on that screen. Okay, so it is. Her name is, where did it go? Hold on.
Feel great about this so far.
The hard-hitting reporting here, hard-hitting. And okay, the person, it was a woman from Michigan. She assumed a false identity for almost 2 years, harassing her own daughter and her daughter's boyfriend. The woman's name was Kendra Gale Licari.
Yep.
Licari, probably.
Licari.
Oh, maybe Licari. I was thinking Lecarre. Yeah, Licari. Okay.
So you get for making assumptions.
Yeah, that's right. That's on me. I'm sorry, Patrick.
So she was she created like a catfish account, faking like an online persona and sending like messages to her daughter that were disturbing and hateful. She pled guilty to 2 counts of stalking a minor. In exchange, they dropped 3 charges.
Oh my goodness.
Because she was using a computer, like a computer software, to like cover everything up. So that's like really bad. And she's serving like 19 months to like 5 years in prison. She's still serving. She's up for parole in November. Yeah, she said, and she cried in court and said she was sorry for the pain, hurt, and confusion that her actions caused.
There you have it.
Pain, hurt, and confusion. I can't imagine why anyone was confused.
It's unbelievable.
So weird.
What a time.
Yes.
What a time. Didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Candidate for Dog of the Year.
Yeah.
I know.
Maybe. We'll see.
I know.
So the votes turn out.
Yeah, that's right.
Between that and the Real Housewives votes, a lot of voting happening.
That's true.
So much voting.
Yeah.
So now that you've heard the true crime of it all and the recounting of it all, what do you think?
Oh, you got to pour it up. You got to pour it up. I've never been as invested and as angry as I was listening to this. And the only reason it's not a full pour all the way to the top of the glass is because just knowing she doesn't get a lot of real consequence here is sucks. But man, what a ride. What a ride. I even watched the movie. Pour it up. Absolutely.
Okay, Bran, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm pouring it up, man. This movie was wild. I try to go in these blind, so could I have done the research ahead of time?
Course.
I'm sure I could have, but I went in not knowing
Time-traveling
anything,
Holland.
and so I was shocked when it was revealed that she was indeed Mommy Meanest. And I gotta give Lisa credit. She played the way she played this character. She got like a little bit more like frazzled, crazy. Like she showed her craziness a little bit more as the movie went on, but really held that closer to the vest until the reveal. And so it was well done. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah. The cool thing about Lisa Rinna and actresses like her, they don't get a lot of credit for like we were calling her a fish face and all this stuff earlier, but I do mean that in like a.
We never.
I never did.
You didn't. Look, Lisa Rinna, she gets it. She takes a look at me and she calls me like I don't know, a gorilla face. I don't know, something. I'm trying to think of an animal, a giraffe face. I don't know what animal I look like, but I would like to know, and I tasked Lisa Rinna.
I don't think you got anywhere in the top 2 there.
No, I have no clue. But she can do so much with her face without doing a lot. You know what I mean? She can just like give a look, like just like a narrowing of the eyes and the music, and that says a lot.
It's like riding a bike. She got back into that Lifetime role, and she just knew how to hit all the beats.
Yep, she really is like the perfect Lifetime actress because she has like that ability. Also, a fun fact about this movie, her daughter, Delilah Hamlin, was in this movie in a small role. And I thought she did a really good job kind of jumping in and just like acting. So there's a new actress in the world. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a really good example of a Lifetime movie and why they are go viral or whatever, why people like them and watch them. This is a great one, a great example of that. Support up for me as well.
It's a triple pour 'em up over here, which is always
Big
a
deal.
good time.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often.
Check out lifetimeuncorked.com for all of Patrick's movie reviews. He watches all of them, so give it a look. See if you like what you're hearing here, and if you're tuned into this and thought I'm really hoping I'm getting a Lifetime Game Show Palooza. Oh, it's just a movie review. Don't worry, everybody. Lifetime Game Show Palooza back next week.
Oh,
Next week.
Thank goodness.
2 weeks in a row we get Patrick. It's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
fun. So stay tuned
So fun.
for that. Patrick, anything else for the people?
I don't know. Happy Pride. Is it June yet? I don't know.
No, it's not.
It's not, but
Not-
it's Happy Pride anyway. Absolutely.
Don't say that unless it's June.
Right. Okay. Never mind. I take it
Thank you.
back.
We'll be back next time with another one. Until then, remember the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmarks of Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.